everybody and happy Halloween, and this is the Lawn Gnome here with a brand new tag that I have not been tagged in, but because of the fact that it is within the Halloween spirit, I have to do this tag. It's another tag that is created by a pretty well-known YouTuber named Katytastic, and of course it was very much in the world of monsters and Halloween, etc. I'm also really not much of a dresser-upper for Halloween, and that's just because of a faith thing that I really don't want to get into in this video, but I did the very best that I could. Especially I want to give a shout out to my friend Stacy Wilson, who's very much into Halloween and dressing up. The closest that I could do was dress up as a Ravenclaw alumni, because I got the tie and I've got the wand and everything, so this is the very best that I could do in terms of dressing up for Halloween. So we're going to do the Creatures of the Night tag. And so instead of talking about books, I am going to put my own little film spin on this, and then I'm going to tag people to do this one as well, and I have done a little bit of examining to make sure that the people that I have tagged have not done this tag, and of course they could do whatever they want. Make it a film tag, make it a music tag, TV tag, book tag, the choice is up to you. But let's get started with the Creatures of the Night tag. The first monster is vampires. Well, I have to give it to the true legend in the world of vampires. I gotta go with Francis Ford Coppola's 1991 directed film, Bram Stoker's Dracula. That movie had not only a very good cast, but it was one of the creepiest mind fucks that I ever actually experienced. I had nightmares for weeks because of that movie. It didn't have jump scares, it didn't have crazy slashing, it did have blood, but what it truly did have that made it so freaking creepy was the camera work and how many times the movie just messed with your head. I will say that if you plan on ever watching this movie, if you haven't yet, don't watch it alone, because this movie is going to creep you out. The next creature of choice is werewolves. I'm gonna go with Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. There are so many werewolf films to choose from, but when it comes to werewolves, my personal favorite werewolf is Professor Remus Lupin. I also loved the way that the take on the werewolf was in the Harry Potter films, and I will not lie that when Professor Lupin howls for the very first time after just staring at Harry and Hermione in complete silence, you kind of get a little bit scared and actually may jump out of your seat right in that very second. The next creature is zombies. Well, I'm gonna go with a horror comedy here. I'm gonna go with Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead. Nothing screams zombies than Simon Pegg beating zombies to death with a cricket bat with his good friend, played by Nick Frost, with a shovel. Shaun of the Dead is such a great film. Edgar Wright is one of my all-time favorite directors, and the way that that movie is composed is a beautiful take on zombie movies with a great British comedy twist. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend that you do, because not only is it going to give you a brilliant comedy, it may open up your mind to some other smart comedies out there as well, not just ones that are directed by Edgar Wright. The next creature is ghosts, and I'm going to give it to The Woman in Black. That movie is definitely one that not that many people have seen, and forget about its sequel. The reason why that movie is great to me is because I just love gothic horror. I love the time setting, and it just makes those haunted houses and those evil spirits so much more haunting and scarier. And it was Daniel Radcliffe's first major role after Harry Potter, and the thing that I loved so much about that movie was the fact that he had next to no dialogue, but his facial expressions made his role. I actually did review that movie, and I will post my review for you in the box below. The next creature is witches. Hocus Pocus. My fiance will be very happy that I chose that movie. Kathy Najimy, Bette Midler, and Sarah Jessica Parker. Sometimes I forget the fact that it is a Disney movie, and it also stars a very young Thora Birch. But it is just a fun film with a little bit of a scary twist, and I will say it is probably one of the best performances that I've ever seen from Bette Midler. You could totally see that she is just having so much fun in her role in that film. And I know that so many of you love Hocus Pocus, and I also am excited because my fiance knows that there's going to be a channel, I believe it's ABC Family in the United States, that's going to be playing it like 24 hours, so of course we're going to be watching that movie at least once. The next creature is fairies. Fairies aren't necessarily all smiles and pixie dust a la Tinkerbell. I'd like you to take a look at a movie called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. It was produced by Guillermo del Toro. It also comes with a companion book that is called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, Blackwood's Guide to Dangerous Fairies. It's a very good horror movie that brings you back to the true monster movie. It's also a very good book, too. I would definitely say it is not one of the strongest horror movies out there, but it was definitely one that I will never forget. The next creature is demons. And I'm gonna go with the ultimate demon, but the best part is he actually is a good guy. And once again, Guillermo del Toro's name will be mentioned. It's Hellboy. Based on a comic book, it's a very underrated film, and its sequel is so much better than the original. It's also got a fantastic cast in both movies, including Doug Jones, Ron Perlman, Selma Blair, and in the second movie you've got Seth MacFarlane, and he is definitely one of the best parts of Hellboy 2: The Golden Army. But if you want to see demons in a whole new light, definitely see both Hellboy films, and I'm still waiting for Hellboy 3. I know that they're planning on doing that. The next creature is Angel. Well, I'm going to go with the biggest badasses of all angels, and that is going to be Bartleby and Loki, played by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in the Kevin Smith movie Dogma. That movie is so awesome just because of everything that happens in that movie, and I love Kevin Smith's take on organized religion, and nothing screams taking down organized religion better than two actual angels, played by two of the best actors in Hollywood today, in Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, just giving you one hell of a laugh fest. Because my favorite scene is when one of them gets a nun to stop believing in God, and the other one says, "But you've seen God. You know who he is because you've been in his presence." And he responds by saying, "I just love to fuck with the clergy." The next creature is aliens. Now, there's so many great alien movies in the world of science fiction, but I would give it to Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's one of the most unique alien movies out there, and once again, bringing the blockbuster to the big screen in Jaws, he gave us one of the most unbelievable epic alien films. And after that, we got some other legendary alien movies, but there's something about Close Encounters of the Third Kind that is just so unique and sometimes even scary that you just bask in the glory of this legendary science fiction film. And the final question is superpowered humans. Brad Bird's The Incredibles, duh! That is one of the greatest Pixar movies of all time, and if there is any superhero that I would like to see in my world, it would be the family of The Incredibles. And of course that means we also get characters like Frozone, and we all know you can't have Frozone without this.
Where is my super suit?
There you go, guys. That's my Creatures of the Night tag. I hope that you enjoy all of my answers. Feel free to put your comments in the box below and we can have a discussion. But now it is time to tag some people. And I am making sure that I've tagged people that have not done this tag yet. Some of them are some good friends of mine, and I've actually decided to tag some new people as well. I am tagging Bre Faucheux, my good friend Bryan Lomax at Bryan Lomax Movie Talks, CravingBooks. I am blown away by the fact that you have not done this, Hannah. I really hope that you do it soon. Rebecca at WhyMermaids, I would love to see you do this tag. You've done so many great tags, and I think this is an excellent one to add to your tag collection. TwoPaperGirls, Elimarie Production, Sparks Reading, and Drumdums. However, if you know me and you love what I do for you guys as a YouTuber, then I tag all of you as well to do this tag. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. I will catch you in the next one, and actions speak louder than words. Knox!